Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Lunc, whose current price stands at the $0.000231 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.14%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart pattern that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Lunc, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, which had been obeying this Elliot wave structure that I have right here, having our wave 5 taking us back to around the $0.00059 mark. And having seen the formation of this Elliot wave structure to the upper side, we completed a higher Elliot wave count 1, and having seen the completion of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever we expect next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here in this movement right here, making our low for that second wave at around the $0.00018 mark. And having seen the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, and I believe that is what is in formation here on the Lunc chart. And because our third wave is an impulsive wave, I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that wave to the upper side, like what we have here on the first wave. This is a fractal wave within a first wave to the upper side. I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within this third wave to the upper side, and I believe that is what is playing out after making our low for that second wave. We saw a very nice bounce, managing to break above key areas of resistances and making our high at around the $0.00037 mark. And in that movement I can term that as an Elliot wave structure, having that as the first wave to the upper side, then a second wave, a third wave, and then a fourth wave and a fifth wave to the upper side. And once we see the formation of this fifth wave to the upper side, then we can name this fractal wave in formation right here as a higher Elliot wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within that third wave to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave, so that I can also get into the details of the key structures that we have information to give us the short-term scenarios that can play out. After the formation of that wave 1 to the upper side, we saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's we can get a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that second wave, connecting the fibs from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. And you can see that Lunc has continued to respect this movement to the lower side. We came down into this target area, and we even managed to lose the lower side of the target area, and also lost a key area of support at around the $0.000024 mark. And after losing that key area of support, we have even seen a retest of the lower side of the key area of support in this movement right here, and that would mean maybe lower prices could be coming our way here on the Lunc chart. And before I get to the key structures that we have information, there's a possibility that Lunc might see a very nice bounce to the upper side in case there is the volume for us to drive the market higher, and also a bull movement in the whole crypto market. In case that is in, then there's a possibility that the low for this second wave will be in below the $0.00024 mark, and we might see a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave. And we can sketch out a target area for the formation of that third wave to the upper side using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of that third wave at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.00053 mark. Then once that plays out, we can see a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and whether the low will be in at that point that low that we made down here in the formation of that second wave. And getting to the key structures that you have, chart patterns that you have information on this chart, we had seen the formation of a triangle right here, which I have highlighted here in red, and you can see that we saw a breakout out of this triangle to the lower side, and this triangle gives me a minimum target area to the lower side as the height of that triangle, and using a trend line we can get that height and then place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side back to around the $0.000016 mark. So there is a possibility, in case we continue losing that key area of support down here, there's a possibility of Lunc getting back to around the $0.000016 mark, but there's a key area of support at around the $0.000018 mark, and in case that plays out, then I will have to name this movement right here as an ABC corrective movement. That is, have this as the wave A, then a wave B, and then the low that we make will be our wave C, and then we can name that movement as a higher Elliot wave count 2. Then we can start sketching out a movement to the upper side in the formation of a third wave. So I hope Lunc doesn't invalidate the Elliot wave structure that I have by giving us a breakout out of this triangle that we have right here. Though we have seen the breakout, but we have not lost key significant areas of support, and after losing the key area of support at around the $0.0025 mark, we have seen another chart pattern right here, which is another triangle that I have highlighted here in blue, and you can see it right here having this as the upper side of the triangle. Then we have this trend line as the base, and you can see that we have seen a breakout out of the triangle to the upper side, and right now we are seeing much of a retest of the upper side of the triangle, and there is a possibility that Lunc might continue pushing higher and manage to break above that key area of resistance, maybe even see a successful retest of that key area of resistance before we continue pushing higher. And in case that plays out, then I will expect Lunc to get back into the formation of a third wave to the upper side, and our target area for those movements to the upper side will still remain. And also zooming in, we can sketch out a target area for this higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2 that we have currently here, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a third wave at the fib level 1.618, and that would get us back to around the $0.001 mark. And in case that plays out, then Lunc will be losing 1-0, so let's be patient and see how that plays out. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the 1 hour RSI. On the 1 hour RSI, we are trading at around the 43 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the 4 hour MACD, we have printed a bullish cross down here, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.